By the end of this video, you are going to get a bachelor's degree in kissing because you're going to learn when to do it, how to do it, and how to leave her wanting more. All right, I'm going to cut to Brittany real quick. Here is when not to kiss a girl.
I used to work at this restaurant. One day this guy I worked with asked me out for drinks after work. And I was like, okay, yeah, like we're friends, he's nice. I just moved to the city, like sure. Bought me a drink, I was like, okay. Didn't think anything of it, we're friends, right? And then he tries to kiss me, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, when did I send you signals that that was okay?
After a few hostile fails, we finally found a good one here in Chiang Mai. And just to keep you up to speed, in the next week, I'm going to be going to Ao Nang to Slumber Party Hostel. They have been nice enough to actually host Brittany and I for a week for free and hang out on their property and doing some cool excursions. So you're going to see all that cool stuff. So what are the signs that you're looking for? Well, here's the biggest sign. The biggest sign is that you are on a date. So if you're on a date with her and she's having a good time and then she's laughing and being nice, well, that's different because you know she's interested because she's on a date. So you have permission there to go for the kiss.
You go on stage that way,
Okay.
and on the fourth floor, that's building.
Fourth floor, okay,
Yeah,
great.
okay.
Thank you.
One of the benefits of having a girlfriend is her searching endlessly on Instagram for all the cool spots where you travel. Check this out.
If my songs go pop, 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 what makes you think I'm not okay with that? I took my backpack off, ready to change the game and run the track. Y'all thinking I'ma fall off? I'm Thomas the Engine. 2 seconds, you get your rocks off. That's right, I said you're all soft. So I paint over the scene like I'm Bob Ross.
Let's say that you end up meeting a girl and you guys end up hitting it off, and this is before you get her number, before the opportunity for a date. Yes, you still have the opportunity to kiss her. It doesn't matter if it's during the day or at a bar or at a club. This opportunity exists, but it only exists if she's showing you the signs. Otherwise, again, you have the chance of getting rejected. But you also run the risk of just, going after it and it being completely misread. Just like kind of Brittany was saying with her story, how, she was, barely asked out by a guy. The guy was like, hey, let's hang out. And then he went for it. And she was like, whoa, wait a second. I don't know what's going on here. So what I think would be interesting for the guy watching would be to know how a female likes to be kissed.
90% of the kisses that I've had in my life have been like positive experiences, so I think a lot of guys might psych themselves out over not being able to kiss well, or like, how should I kiss her? And like, if you kiss her, chances are you're gonna be doing an okay job. For me, I really you talk a lot about tension, and so I think that when it comes to kissing, you want to build up that tension to a point where it is like palpable, right? And you can actually feel it.
When you're doing the first kiss, don't sit there and have a long makeout session.
Agreed.
Kiss for like 10 seconds. So it gives the idea of like, ooh, okay, now we're kissing, tension's being built. And then just stop and go do something else.
Yeah.
Meaning like, I don't know if it's after a date, like just grab her hand and say, okay, let's go to this place. Or if you're meeting her for the first time and like you're on the dance floor, you're at a bar, grab her hand and go somewhere else. Just like kind of like interrupt it really quickly. So she's kind of like in this whirlwind of like, whoa, what just happened? And then later on that night you can go back into it and she's almost more excited for that second time, hence kind of building that tension that you're talking about. Another tip I want to give you in terms of kissing a girl that makes it really intimate, really sensual, is going slow. Okay, you can't go slow enough. Going slow is a really great way to show her that you're not rushing, that you know what you're doing, and it makes the experience that much more sensual.
I want to stand here and just like peek out where the green is.
But I know you're gonna find yourself in different situations, right? There's basically like 3 different situations. The first one is a girl who you like already and she knows you, but you're kind of in the friend zone. The second one is a girl that you just met and you're in the initial interaction. And the third one is you're on a date. So really quickly, just to go through all of these. The first situation, when you're like in the friend zone, you like a girl, how can you go for the kiss? Honestly, I wouldn't go for the kiss unless you know that she's interested in you. So I'd be communicating to her and showing some interest in her so you get some interest back. Don't just blindly kiss a girl because you like her and you think maybe she likes you. That is a setup for rejection. And then the second situation is when you are with a girl that you're just meeting at a bar, at a club, on the sidewalk, maybe a grocery store, you never know, and you guys maybe go on an instant date and you guys are there and you're getting the signs that she likes you because you went and you approached her and you guys are talking and you're having a great conversation and you're getting those signs. Okay, so hold that thought for a second. So there's that, and then there's the first date, right? So if we combine those last two, when is the time to do it? When should you go for the kiss? You go for the kiss when you have a silence. That's right, when there is a silence between you two. So that means that when you two are sitting there or standing there, and all of a sudden, after you've gotten all these signs that she's interested, which if I didn't go over, I'll go over again. She's talking to you, she's looking at you, you've touched her, she's really interested in conversation, she's getting closer to you, she wants to be there, she's ignored her friends, and it's just you two, and you're standing there, and then all of a sudden, there's this silence, and you look at her, and she's not saying a word, and neither are you. Boom. That's when you go for it. Nighttime now, back at the hostel, and I'm just kind of going over some of the things that I talked about to you on this video. And I feel like we covered a lot here, right? We covered some techniques on how to be really good at it, told you when to do it, and in all different situations. So I'm trying to kind of rack my brain to see if there's anything else I can give you. And really all I can think about is don't overthink it, okay? Especially if you are a guy who hasn't kissed a girl before, or maybe you haven't had much experience in doing that before. Really don't overthink it. And if you do, you're gonna catch yourself in a lot of trouble. And that's because once you start overthinking something, once you start overanalyzing something, that's the second that you end up making the mistakes. Because once you're so in your head, you kind of end up freezing up more. You give yourself more anxiety. You make it more difficult for yourself to succeed. And this goes across the board with pretty much anything. So I'm gonna ask you for 2 things right now, okay? First, like this video, because I wanna know if it helped you. So I wanna see hopefully 1,000 likes on this video. Do me that favor, press like right now so I know that this has helped you. And if you have any other questions that I haven't answered about kissing, then go ahead and write them down below. I will be in the comments and I'll be answering them. Any question you have regarding kissing, go ahead, write that down below. So there you go, press like and write down below your biggest question. Now something came to me as I was saying this. I have this Facebook group. It's called Tripp's Corner. It's a secret Facebook group. You only know about it if you have my program hooked, which I'll leave a link to also in the description. And guys in there describe some of their dates that they go on, right? They say like, oh, I went on this date, this and this happened, and you know, then something happens where they're like, oh, I think I'm in the friend zone because I can't get the second date, and the girl says, I just want to be friends. And most of the time, when I see these descriptions of the dates, they don't end in the guy kissing. They don't end up in the guy making a move, right? He says like, oh, we were flirting with each other, we're having a lot of fun. You know, it was a blast, and you know, we were touching a little bit, and she was laughing, and all these signs were there, but he never went for the kiss. And sometimes I think that a girl will put you in the friend zone if you don't make a move to get physical. Now, I'm going to be very clear here. When I say physical in this case, I'm just talking about going for the kiss, because the kiss is breaking the barrier between we are friends and we are something more. So I urge you, try to go for the kiss. Try to just grab that courage and go for the kiss after you are hanging out with the girl and it's going well and you're seeing those signs, because that could be the one thing that gets you out of the friend zone. So there you go. That's today's video. Don't forget, press like, check the description for links like to my program Hooked, and write your question down below on kissing. Peace. I'll see you tomorrow.